And now, on to Week 7 SFL Season 9 scores and standings. It was the defending champion Queen City Corsairs sacking the Carolina Skyhawks 40-31. It was the Cleveland Stallions upsetting the heavily favored Tallahassee Pride 38-23. It was a whiteout as the Alaska Storm shut out the OKC Renegades 38-0. The Baltimore Crabs got back on the winning track with a 31-6 victory over the St. Louis Gladiators. The Mexico City Aztecs won the season series over the San Antonio Vaqueros, defeating them in Mexico City 52-49. It was the Chicago Wildcats getting back to their winning ways as they defeated the slightly favored Atlanta Swarm 28-20. It was the Dallas Roughnecks jumping all over the Sioux Falls Sparrows 42-31. Another heavily favored team was defeated in Week 7 as the Houston Hyenas fell to the Vancouver Legion 34-21. Now on to the Eastern and Western Conference standings for Week 7. As a reminder, you can catch all the games here on YouTube as well as Playmakers and our podcast, which is hosted by Andy Hamilton and Max Paul, aka Mighty RX. Now, on to the Eastern and Western Conference standings. Our first playmaker is free safety number 36, Troy LaShaw for the Dallas Roughnecks. Troy is in his third season with the Roughnecks and has amassed over 181 tackles, and last season had 15 INTs. This season has proved to be a bit of a challenge for the Roughnecks, but not for LaShaw. In the game against the Sioux Falls Sparrows, LaShaw had 10 tackles, 6 assists, and 1 INT. A player that plays to the final bell, here he is making a touchdown-saving tackle. Troy is a blue-collar worker when it comes to football. Troy adds to his interception total, giving him a total of 20 for his career. Here's Cameron Irvine on the call.
Tyree's pass on the hands of the intended receiver, and it's picked up by Troy LaShaw. This week, with his fourth interception of the season.
A lot of things had to come together in the Dallas Roughnecks' 42-31 victory over the Sioux Falls Sparrows. But one thing is for sure, they are awful grateful that they have Troy LaShaw. Because why? Because Troy LaShaw is a playmaker. And our final playmaker has to be San Antonio at Mexico City with a minute 35 left in the fourth quarter. In that fourth quarter, there was a combined 42 points scored between both teams. And without ruining anything, let's get right to it. With a minute and 35 seconds left, no timeouts, Matt Wilson hits Richard Montague on a beautiful 42-yard touchdown strike. Not to be outdone, Joey Langdon hits Daley Holder up the left sideline on a 45-yard strike to put the Vaqueros ahead once again. Cool as the other side of the pillow, Matt Wilson hits K.L. Barrett with a 69-yard touchdown with a minute left in the fourth quarter. Joey Langdon then hits Cole Train 63 yards downfield to carry the Vaqueros to the Mexico City 15. And with 20 seconds ticking off the clock, it was Langdon to German for the go-ahead score. But with 2 seconds left on the clock, Matt Wilson said, "Not so fast, my friend," as he hit Richard Montague on the 54-yard game-winning strike. The San Antonio coach was seen shaking his head as he exclaimed, "What can you do?" And so it goes without saying that our player of the game is Richard Montague, who ended up with 7 receptions for 194 yards and 3 touchdowns. And we also have to say this because he made the game-winning catch in crunch time with no timeouts. He is our final playmaker. For all news and information concerning the Simulation Football League, go to simulationfl.net or simulationfl.com. I'm your host, Greg Morris, aka sacorky, and also owner of the San Antonio Vaqueros. That's it for this week's edition of Playmakers. Tune in next week for Week 8 of Playmakers.